For the foot strap inserts, in the rear I will use just a single two, like this. In the front here I will use single ones, like this. But out here I will actually use 4 pieces, 4 holes. With this I will be able to use 2 different angles of the foot strap. So I can use the normal, which is the 45 degrees, which most boards have. But I can also use a little bit more parallel foot strap position of 40 degrees. With 40 degrees, it is easier to go switch. You don't have as much parallel force, but still it's much easier to go switch. And when I've tried it, I don't really feel a difference in popping. However, it is a big difference when you go switch, actually. So we'll see how that works. So these ones I've taken out from some old boards I found, and it's perfect. So you can use 2 or 2. So you can go like this. To reinforce now the foot straps inserts, and also up here the mast track, I will use a Divinycell blocks. These ones are 10 millimeters thick, so I will cut out pieces and sink them into the board. And that's for the mast track. Now we're going to modify the foot strap inserts. I have here some starboard inserts. I don't really like the shape of these ones, but those were the ones I could find. But then what I do is I will do some adjustments to these ones. See how that works. Slightly modified, a little bit more square. I will fill these holes here with Divinycell pieces. So now I've cut out the pieces that I need. And also the remaining, I just put some Divinycell inside these ones. And the Gorilla Glue will both go inside, but also bond quite well with the Divinycell. So it makes it even stronger. Now it's time to put these ones out here and mark them. And the way I do, since you never always have exactly the same size, there might be a little bit of a difference. So what I do is I mark them. I call them 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's time to draw these ones. So I know the middle part of this. There we go. So now these ones are marked out. Mark these as forward. And we should mark the middle as well. Perfect fit. Now we're going to glue these ones in with Gorilla Glue. one with water, with some water in here. Let's try this. And we can see here it's already starting to foam around here, so this will be really, it will be good. Well, now the board is shaped. The board is actually a little bit more volume than I originally had in the plan, but that's is not a problem, because really this is supposed to be a little bit of a big board compared to my Tamado 91, and this board will be my Bonaire board for my trip to Bonaire in 2023. So I will bring this one as a big board, and hopefully, if it turns out good, and then I will bring my Tamado as my normal 91 liter board for my weight, which is around 73. I will be around 73 kilos. For this, then the next step, 160 fiberglass and an Arex 2mm Arex. Done a rough cutout of the board. I measured that on this, and this is the Arex 2mm. It's glued together, as you see, 3 pieces here. What about this Arex compared to the Divinucel? Well, the Divinucel, yeah, it's 3mm thick, which is really good. This is really hard, but the Divinucel or the Arex is also extremely hard, even though it's only 2mm. But one of the benefits of using this one, even though it's a little bit thinner, 2mm, it is so much easier to bend around it. As you see here, it doesn't really, you can bend this much more before it breaks. Of course it will break eventually, but still it is much more compared to this one. This one is I mean, you bend it, yes, but as soon as you come into the corners, it will crack. Show a way that I do this in order to eliminate the risk for these cracks, especially in the areas in the tail area and in the front area, where you have to do some of the cut laps. And the way I do this is by using standard tape. I will just build this up. Looking a little bit on how the reinforcement underneath will look like. You will have a 160 fiberglass, and then in these patches that I just marked out here, I will put in reinforcement with another 160 carbon cloth, and then you will have the Arex, and then on top of that there will be 200 carbons, so there will be quite a lot of layers here. And what you want to have is, of course, you have the heel pressures when you're standing in the foot straps, and also when you're standing in between here. Sometimes you also put in a reinforcement up here around this area. Sometimes you stand here with your foot on in front of the foot straps, so you might extend these ones like this a little bit, or even go like this. Sometimes you can put in a patch like this. The way I do the reinforcements is that I have the measurements here. This is for the back strap and these are for the front straps. And what I do is I tape this one. Well, then it's time to prep the board before applying the top part. I'm just doing a to ensure that we don't get any excess epoxy down on the bottom part. We do it. Is to pre-form this around the core. I'm using a couple of nails. When I cut it, the pre-cutting, I used a couple of nails here to secure that I have the right position of the board, and then I'm just weighing this down with a couple of weights and to secure that it doesn't move on this. So we start. I need to have a glove because it's very hot. Not too hot, but you can start shaping this. Now I will take this off and I will prepare the fiberglass and also the reinforcements. You can see now we have it pre bent. See, fiberglass. So now we have the cloth, we have the patches, and then we're gonna work on the last part, which I always like to do, which is to secure the chair. So that by doing this, I will secure a good bond. To the edge. see that this one will overlap here a little bit. And I don't think there's no need for to have a double here. So what I will do is I will cut here. There we go. So I know exactly where it should be there, and I know here I will get the exact here as well. There we go. So now putty you need to use. There we go. Good enough. Now on with the vacuum bag.